like to support the channel. Also, you can do it by way of Patreon, Anchor, the clothing store, and also the shoe shop that is listed in the comment description below. And again, thank you to any and all of you guys who have been here to support this channel during the 2+ year period. I wouldn't be able to do what I do every single day without you.
Now more than ever, we're short of workers. We have a population that is not reproducing it on its own with the same level that it used to. The only way we're going to have a great future in America is if we welcome and embrace immigrants, the dreamers, and all of them, because our ultimate goal is to help the dreamers, but get a path to citizenship for all 11 million or however many undocumented there are.
The labor shortage gripping the United States is starkly evident, with 9.5 million job openings but only 6.5 million unemployed workers. A deficit of 3 million remain. Despite the addition of 4.5 million jobs in 2022, the shortage persists, exacerbated by declining labor force participation rates since before the pandemic. This shortage spans industries and states, impacting businesses of all sizes and types, hindering their ability to fill essential roles. It is also worth highlighting that healthcare is one of the most affected industries due to labor shortages in the United States. Several factors contribute to this crisis. Early retirements increased during the pandemic, with over 3 million adults opting for early retirement by October of 2021. Simultaneously, net international migration plummeted, slowing population growth and constraining the labor pool. Moreover, shift in economic dynamics such as increased savings due to enhanced unemployment benefits and stimulus checks compounded the shortage. Great Reshuffle saw record quit rates as workers sought better opportunities or opted for entrepreneurship. While solutions are being pursued, this multifaceted nature of the shortage demands comprehensive approach addressing retirement trends, immigration policies, childcare accessibility, and economic incentives to entice workers back into the labor force. Owning the major labor shortage in this country, several businesses across the country have been disrupted. Thousands of businesses have reduced hours or closed due to unfilled positions, causing a ripple effect in various industries. The scarcity of workers not only slows production, but also leads to price pressures on goods ranging from cars to households essentials like baby formula and cleaning products. The situation is dire, with over 50 million United States workers leaving their jobs back in 2022, the highest number on record. Economists have named the term quiet quitting. However, there's nothing subtle about the challenges facing America's workforce. Industries such as transportation, hospitality, manufacturing, agriculture, and healthcare are particularly hard hit, struggling to find essential personnel like truck drivers, hotel staff, and healthcare technicians. It is also worth highlighting that a substantial portion of these labor shortages are essentially skilled labor shortages. To address these skill shortages, many companies have been trying to bridge the gap through several initiatives. The fertility rate in the United States has been trending down for decades, and a new report shows that another drop in births in 2023 brought the rate down to the lowest it's been in more than a century. 3.6 million babies born in 2023, or 54.4 live births for every 1,000 females aged 15 to 44, according from the data from the CDC. After a steep plunge in the first year of COVID-19 pandemic, the fertility rate has fluctuated. But the 3% drop between 2022 and 2023 brought the rate just below the previous low from 2020, which was 56 births for every 1,000 women of reproductive age. This was stated by Dr. Bradley Hamilton, a statistician with the National Center for Health Statistics. Quote, "We've certainly had larger declines in the past, but decline fits the general pattern." The birth rate fell among most age groups between 2022 and 2023. The teen birth rate reached another record low of 13.2 births per 1,000 females aged 15 to 19, which is 79% lower than it was at the most recent peak from 1991. However, the rate of decline was slower than it's ever been in the past decade and a half. Quote, "The highest rates have, over time, been shifting towards women in their 30s, whereas before it used to be women in their 20s. One factor, of course, is the option to wait. We had a pandemic, or there's an economic downturn. Let's say women in their 20s can postpone having birth until things improve and they feel more comfortable. For older women, the option of waiting is not as viable. Births continue to shift to older mothers. Older age groups saw a smaller decrease in birth rates, and the birth rate was highest among women ages 30 to 34, with about 95 births per every 1,000 women in this group in 2023. Women 40 and older were the only group to see an increase in birth rate, although at less than 13 births for every 1,000 women. It remained lower than any other age group. The annual reports offer a snapshot in time, he stated, but rates can change dramatically depending on the unique situations of the year. Maternal mortality rates continue to rise in the United States, so do the rates of cesarean deliveries, which Hamilton notes are major abdominal surgeries. Nearly a third of all births, 32.4%, were C sections, a share that is now the highest it's been in a decade. But C sections are becoming more common among low risk births as well, such as those among women having their first births with pregnancies that have reached term and single fetus that are facing head first. Okay, so let me get this straight. So we have in a sense, a failing economy, failing, housing, whatever, and we are suffering because of lack of skilled labor on top of other jobs. And this was dealing with the pandemic, especially, and also before the pandemic, right? So the pandemic, in a sense, exacerbated everything that took place, really magnified it. And then not only that, you also have the time of which you have a lot of young women that are opting not to have kids at a early age, right? In their 20s and so on. So because of these things, you literally heard a government representative get on the news and state that, hey, because of the problems that America has created for itself, we need to enlist the help of other people who are not American. We're going to empower, we're going to enable you to have kids, to have a family, to be able to raise them. Any money that you need, we got you. Any education that you need, we got you. Any loans that you need, we got you. Any type of mortgage that you need, we got you. Any type of jobs you need, we got you. All you have to do is come here, you can work, get the education, get your citizenship and your United States citizens, and you're automatically on the record or the trail, whatever you want to call it, to helping heal America, to make America better. That's what you heard. That's what you heard. So again, the United States government, or just the government as a whole, doesn't matter if you're a Democrat or Republican, has done its best in order to make sure that the American people here will not go out there and have kids, right? They've done everything to dissuade and to make sure that people are like, hey, I'm staying away from dating. Hey, I'm going to opt to wait to have kids. Hey, I don't really care about marriage. Hey, I don't really want to get married. All of these things that were commonplace for the longest time possible. And due to the psychological warfare that has been taking place on people day in and day out repetitively, along with the repetitive nature of a lot of these podcasts for the last several years, or however long you want to sit up there and put it as, you have this. You have a state of time when women don't want to have kids, where people are not trying to get married. You have all of men and women being divided. And again, the United States government has done a very great job. Kudos. Kudos. And because the government doesn't want to fix the problem that it created, it decided to enlist the help of other people that are not even from here. Craziness, right? Craziness. So you affected a certain group of people, and then the affected group of people, you don't want to, in a sense, fix them back to where they were. You don't want to alleviate that problem of which you place directly on them. So you're like, we're going to leave y'all directly in the trash, and we're going to pull in a whole host of brand new people. But while we all also pull in that whole host of brand new people, we're going to decide to still leave you in the trash, but also add some more stuff on that pile of trash that you're already in, making it even harder for you to basically get up and to progress, move forward, and to be the best that you should be. Right? Because remember, that's what America was about. America was about people achieving their goals, their dreams, living an American dream, being or doing whatever it is that they want to do, and being an ample or a very positive part of America, of society, of the fabric of which we have. But the government just literally told you, like, hey, American people, we don't need you. We have people that will do whatever it is that we need them to do. And because they're willing to do that and they're willing to sacrifice everything, unlike you, we're going to also empower them as well because they're giving us so much power over them. We're going to give them a little bit of it's not exactly equal in a power scale, but we're going to give them something because they're so far more obedient than you. They're not questioning, they're not asking, they're not looking. They're just simply following directions and doing what it is that we tell them to do. That's where we are. And it's amazing to me that whenever the government officials out here, they make these types of speeches, nobody sits there and critiques, questions any of the things that they state. They don't want to look in a little bit deeper. They don't want to do some research further back to see how it is that we actually got here. Because like I said, I know how we got here. I saw this so long ago. But again, people didn't want to pay attention. People wanted to state that, oh, this stuff has nothing to do with me. And because people wanted to wait and because quote unquote it had nothing to do with them, here we are. Here we are. So, and again, I want to be very specific. The population of which they're talking about aren't creating kids. They're not talking about the black. They're not talking about Asian. They're not talking about African. They're not talking about people from the islands. They're not talking about none of those. They're talking about the reflective society on the face of the United States. Those are the people that they're realistically speaking to and speaking directly on as they decide that they want to pull in a whole nother group in order to substitute the lack of childbearing and childbirth. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about this video and everything. Now listen in the comment description below. And as always, peace, love, and stay tuned for the next video.